a bunch of mermaids here. I can't wait to jump in the water with them and get a tail on me.
I love introducing people to mermaiding.
They have a mermaid training school, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna be a mermaid.
Ophelia was all in. She was so excited.
That was phenomenal.
I think Ophelia was born to be a mermaid.
It was a mermaid tale come true.
She's fantastic.
Today is Canada Day, and I'm just out here in DeWolf Park. I heard a rumor there's mermaids in DeWolf Park today, so I'm here to check it out. I found the sign. Yeah, so there's Raina, there's Mimi. Being a mermaid has always been a dream, just because I grew up with like 2 DVDs, and one of them was The Little Mermaid, and I've always wanted to be a mermaid and swim in the ocean, just like Ariel. Dreams come true when you get to see a real mermaid. Oh, they're here! Oh my God, it's happening! Do you see this tail? This is so cool. So I've always known about Raina and her business, the Halifax Mermaids, but I've never actually met Raina, and I've never actually seen what she does in person. I've only ever seen her photos. So walking around on Canada Day and seeing that there was going to be a live show later on in the day of Raina and Mimi, it was incredible. I was so excited.
My name is Stephanie Raina Norman, and I perform as Raina the Halifax Mermaid. I own the company Halifax Mermaids with my husband, Sean Norman, and we're actually coming up on our 14th year running this business. We have a team of about 10 to 15 alternating performers, and they take turns as merfolk, and my husband and I are sort of first-time parents and just sort of learning our way through juggling this crazy business that's so unique and being parents for the first time, so it's pretty fun and wild.
I also met Mimi that day. She is amazing as well, just the kindest person that you'll ever meet.
Mimi she's got such a warm way about her of making everyone feel welcome and safe and comfortable. When you meet Mimi, it's like you've known her your whole entire life.
I'm Rebecca Marriott, and my mermaid name is Mimi. Like most little kids when I was little, my age, we all grew up watching The Little Mermaid. So I probably just subconsciously kind of idolized that mermaid lifestyle a little bit. And I decided, I think I want my very own mermaid tail and become a mermaid for real.
When I started mermaiding 14 years ago, it was for personal interest. And I was very interested in the costumes, but there weren't very many to choose from back then. I really just wanted this cheap, inexpensive costume, and I wanted to look beautiful like the women I saw doing commercials and on the internet. I wanted to feel strong the way that they looked. But I was so highly motivated to have this experience. And when I did put the tail on and go for this very first swim, even though it was 14 years ago, I can remember it like crystal clear in my mind because it was otherworldly. I just felt like I was the mermaid, and it was the first time in my life where I felt strong and capable, having been someone who struggled with health issues. And I was just addicted, I was hooked, and I wanted more. But I never ever thought that it would go from me trying to look pretty in a few photos to this massive company that has gone around North America and Mexico and traveled and met celebrities and books and TV and music videos. It's crazy.
This year, one of us is in the shell chair and the other one is in the tank doing her mermaid thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start our mermaid show really soon.
I know the kids are really excited, but I think my excitement level is just as high as the kids.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for waiting so patiently today. We are so excited to welcome you to Bedford Days. I'm Mermaid Mimi, and we are just so happy to see you. It's so good to see everybody else. I have a surprise for you. Do you guys know what my surprise is? Any guesses? How many mermaids do you see? One! There's another mermaid coming out. Her name is Raina, and Raina is a magical mermaid too.
When they see us in that mermaid tank, we start off, there's a curtain covering us, it opens up, we're already underwater, and to them, we are the mermaids, and we are an advocate of the ocean.
What we do, we explain who we are, where we came from. So in our story, we come out of the Bedford Basin, which is right behind us. So the kids are like, whoa!
I really enjoy working with children, and it's a passion of mine because I feel that children do not get enough imaginative experiences anymore. A lot of what we do with Halifax Mermaids is advocate to parents and just the general public that it is okay for your child to play, that play is valuable in learning, and that they can use their imagination, and that there's value in playing pretend.
Throw in interesting facts about the ocean to kind of get them interested in, oh, what else is out there? So this year we spoke about the big jellyfishes, how big the jellyfish can get.
Okay, ready? Go together.
I'm gonna go get in line. But I will let the little kids go first.
The kids just want to see you and chat with you and ask their own questions. It's kind of like a Q&A with the mermaids. We do a big lineup, and then one at a time for 2 or 3 hours. The kids come up and we get a picture with them and chat with them, and then we switch. So Raina is in the tank the first time, and then after about an hour or so, or one of us gets cold or way too hot, we'll flip. And then we get to go in the tank, and the other one sits in the chair, and then that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, I'm always a little kid at heart, so this is so cool. This is Raina the mermaid, and I'm so close to her, I can touch her. When I was a kid, if I knew that there was gonna be mermaids in real life, I would be so excited. So I think this is great for the kids, it's great for adults.
Hi. I'm good.
I'm such a big fan of yours, this is so cool.
Thank you so much for coming to see us.
Raina and Mimi were so cool, and I was so close to them, and it was so cool. And they invited me to have a crash course with them.
Yes, we give mermaid lessons at our mermaid school, and people can learn how to be mermaids just like us.
They have a mermaid training school, which is amazing. So I get to be a mermaid. I've always been a pretty decent swimmer, so I think I'd be okay. But I've always swum with 2 legs, not 1 tail. So that will be different and interesting for sure. I want to have a tail. I want to have a really beautiful, long, flowy tail in the water. And then I'd love to do it in the ocean, like real mermaids. And I'm so excited. I'm going to be a mermaid. I want to know how they do it. I want to put on the fin. I want to do the hair and makeup. I want to get in the water. I feel like Raina saw the inner child in me and the inner mermaid in me and was like, hey, why don't you come try it out? And I was so excited, I feel like I just blurted out a yes immediately. Like, yes, 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 take me. Reina invited me to the pool, and I was so excited that day because I knew the pool meant mermaid tails. Can you see what's happening behind me? There's a bunch of mermaids here, and I'm gonna become a mermaid today. I'm so excited. Everybody is so nice and full of energy and just stoked and passionate about this. And I can't wait to jump in the water with them and get a tail on me. So we go in, and there was a lot of other people there putting on their fins and everything, and I did not know that I was not gonna be alone in that pool that day. So I was pleasantly surprised that there was gonna be many mermaids around me that day. So definitely a crash course. I've seen the pictures of Halifax's mermaid and Reina on everywhere, but I've never seen this behind the scenes process and how it all works and the time and effort it takes into getting into it. I want to know how they do it. I want to put on the fin, I want to do the hair and makeup, I want to get into the water. I'm so excited to see how this all works. Hi.
Hi, I have a tail here for you. What do you think of the colors?
I love it.
So this is just a beginner tail since this is your first time. And inside this fin is something that we call a monofin. And a monofin means both your feet are going to go into it, just kind of like a pair of slippers. When you put your feet in, you're going to feel straps behind here. And it makes it so that when you're swimming, you're using less oxygen throughout your body. So it's very energy efficient. It makes you go very fast, it's very strong, and it's really fun because you actually get to feel like a mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So I'm super excited. So whatever you need to do to get ready with your swimsuit and stuff, I've also brought a pair of goggles that cover your nose and eyes if you'd like to feel safe and just see what you're doing. It's a little bit easier.
Right.
And then if you want to ditch them after, if you feel comfortable, you can. If you don't, that's fine.
Okay, sounds good.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So I'm going to get us organized and you can head over when you're ready, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Reina. I'm gonna be a mermaid. Okay, I'm ready. I have my bathing suit on underneath. I'm ready to go.
Ophelia was all in. She was so excited and ready to go, ready to try new things.
I'm so just overwhelmed with all of the things. I'm so excited. Dreams do come true.
So I'm going to get you to sit right here. Now getting into a tail is not the most graceful thing.
So I started actually with a beginner fin, smaller fabric, and it's just easier to control. And then she sat me down and we put my feet into the fins, and then there's little straps on the back, just like regular diving fins. And then we kind of just wiggled into the fin and we tried to stand up.
Great. So you can stand maybe on this lower step with the fin, and I will help you pull the skin. We call this part of skin. I will help you pull it up.
She got in that mermaid tail, and it was like she'd been a mermaid her whole life.
So far, so good. Just getting used to the tail and moving in one motion.
Yeah. Don't stress about it. It's a lot the first time, so I really just want you to focus. It's almost like you're doing a push-up underwater.
Okay.
Let your legs and feet float the way they want to. Don't stress about your ankle. I want you to focus more on contracting your core and releasing your core. When I have people who do yoga, it's more like a cat-cow pose. So we're kind of arching the back and coming back down. And arching the back and coming back down. This is the motion that you're going to be using to help propel you forward. It's very different than regular swimming. You know, regular swimming, I'm using my arms and my feet, but this fin is going to do the work for you.
Right. When I first stepped in and I stood up in the fin and I couldn't move my two legs apart, it kind of felt a little strange. But once I kind of got the movement of the core and how we actually propel and move through the water, I think that kind of got me a little bit more eased in.
So we started with the fin, and then we started in the shallow water, and we just worked very basically on the dolphin kick, which is the standard kick used with the monofin with your feet together, and the monofin is the piece that's inside the tail. Freedivers use that to train freediving, going up and down on a single breath of air. They use it because it utilizes yet less body energy and less oxygen, so you can actually go further on less. So it's a very streamlined piece of equipment. So Ophelia started to just learn those very basic steps, and sometimes when I'm teaching somebody, we may have to spend several lessons on that. Ophelia got it right away. But it's okay if you don't get it right away. I didn't get it right away, and this is my job. Ophelia, she's a unicorn. She figured it out really I think Ophelia was born to be a mermaid.
So you're gonna like jump off with your feet, and I actually find for learning it's easier to put your arms out because you can kind of use your arms to guide the motion. Okay. Think aiming to the floor. Think aiming to the floor with your hands.
I need to know how to elegantly move through the water, just like the real mermaids do, just like Reina and Mimi. So I'm excited to just dive right in and give it a try and see how they move, see how they flow, see how they do it.
I'm gonna yell while you're underwater. Perfect, excellent. Keep going shoulders, pull. Put the arms down, excellent. Pull the roll over the hip.
It's so fun to let people try on the tails, supervised and done safely, because you just see them light up, and you could see the little kid in her. Like, she was beaming. There's like light coming right off. There always is light coming off her, but she was just so bright and happy, and she was amazing and looked beautiful. Yeah, she did so well.
That was phenomenal. Well done.
Now that I actually have a feel for this mermaid tail, I need to know if I can actually pass this mermaid crash course. I really want this mermaid tail to come true. Social media is such a big part of what Reina and the Halifax Mermaids do, a key part to passing the course. I literally woke up today and was like, I'm gonna be a mermaid. And texted all my friends, was like, I'm gonna be a mermaid today. And they're just like, what?
Ophelia did great. Ophelia was phenomenal and strong, and she's fearless. She went in and said, okay, I'm Ophelia, this is my mermaid time, and she owned it. She did.
I've actually seen Reina, the Halifax Mermaid, for a while now. Over the years, I've seen her photos come up all the time and always look so magical and just so whimsical, and it's amazing to see.
Saying you have a mermaid business is one thing, but then also when you have footage that shows those smiling faces, trying to capture that is the whole goal.
So Sean is Reina's partner, and he was awesome. Like, he was very encouraging. He was always kind of there.
Sean is just, oh my gosh, he's phenomenal. Anything he can do to help anybody, he's just there.
So when you're posing underwater, everything, it's less about swimming, more about feeling calm, holding your breath, and very small, minute movements. If you do big movements, your hair is gonna go everywhere, get in your face, that kind of thing.
Social media is such a big part of what Reina and the Halifax Mermaids do that this training is such a key part to passing the course.
Content creation is pretty much, it's sort of our motivation to get out there and make the moment happen. We're generating basically all this buzz, and we've got all these mermaids out there, and they're very active, and they're doing all of their events. But then getting the cameras out there and capturing it social media these days, you've got to even compete with all of these other people to get the attention span of folks. So you've got to plan the shot, know exactly how it's going to look, what format, portrait, landscape, video, or is it this all just stills? And how are you going to add all that together? And if you have to then divide it down or bring it down to a 7-second shot, I mean, that's a lot of calculation. That's a lot of work. And that's work even before you start. You've got to plan all that.
So I'd always been very interested in mermaids. I really loved the movie Splash from the 80s that starred Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks. And in Splash, there's all this amazing underwater footage that still holds up today. And back then it was really groundbreaking. And I remember watching Splash and thinking, like, that is not CGI. This is the 80s. That is a costume. This is an actress who went on to be so famous and had to learn how to do this. So I started Googling it and really finding out what went into her being a mermaid and Tom Hanks being underwater and the film crew being underwater, and it was just fascinating and mind-blowing. Daryl Hannah talks about swimming with her legs together even when she was a child, which is something I did as a child too. I really used Disney movies as an escape for things in my childhood, and of course, The Little Mermaid came out when I was a kid, and that was my big one.
I love introducing people to mermaiding. That's the verb that we use for it. Because just look at her. She has suddenly become this ethereal creature. And she's so picking it up so fast. So imagine if we had a couple weeks of this. Like, I'm wondering if I need to employ her at this point. Like, she's fantastic.
Underwater, like, you feel awkward and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm a llama underwater and my legs and arms are going everywhere and my hair is all over the place. But then you take a picture of the stills and you're like, okay.
Okay.
I have 1 out of 5 is not bad. I'm okay with this.
I haven't seen the footage yet, so I'm excited to see it and see what I look like underwater.
You'll find one, you're like, oh, posing above water is like this, and underwater you're entirely different, seeing how your body's moving.
Ophelia was so ethereal underwater. She had the mermaid look down, and that's not always something you can teach.
It was even better than a fairy tale come true because it was a mermaid tale come true.
Ophelia has the modeling background, and it just came so natural to her. And what's interesting for me as someone instructing someone is that often when we have established models or actors come and they want to do something underwater, we actually have to backtrack and they almost have to unlearn what they've learned on land because it's a completely different ballgame underwater. If you're doing an underwater photo, you can't see. Your eyes hurt. There's water going up your nose and in your ears. Your hair is not going to do what you want it to do. It's blowing in your face. You've got this great pose, and all of a sudden that hair is wrapping around you. You can only last for as long as you can hold your breath. You can only last for as far as you can sink. And for most people, that really trips them up. Not Ophelia. Ophelia was just game and in there and going for it. She looked beautiful just practicing. It came so effortless to her. I was so impressed.
Can I get a round of applause for Fantastic.
Become a mermaid, check. So now that I've passed my mermaid training in the pool, the next step is to get into the ocean. Reina and Mimi have invited me for a fun day out on the water. Excitement was building up. We're just one step closer to getting into the ocean.
He's got the underwater makeup for you.
It gives you the feeling of, I actually look like a mermaid, I feel like a mermaid.
I really wanted her to have the full mermaid experience.
The makeup is so bright, it draws your eyes in.
Oh, that is just stunning.
Let's do this! It's a mermaid tale come true.